What's up, YTPC? I got the sniffles. Ever since I've had heart surgery and stuff, I've had sniffles. And a friend of mine up in Canada, some of you guys may know him, Gordon Robertson. He said the same thing. He had a couple heart attacks and he had surgery and stuff. Said that he had the sniffles. That was the worst thing about having any of his procedures done. So pardon me for that. But guess what? Hump day. Yeah, I got a cob. I know. Just like Bob Dylan said in his song, times they are a changing. First of all, I would like to thank all my new subscribers. I hope y'all tuned in long enough to catch this video because I haven't made one in a couple months now. We moved. We're over in West Virginia now. This light is sort of overcast, but it's bright. So that's why it looks like, I'm guessing my shirt looks like it's, I don't know. I am actually on my iPad. I'll tell you why here in a minute. But I would like to thank all you guys for sticking around. All you die-hard Uncle Willie fans that watch every video when I do come out with one. And I am trying to make more for you guys and for me. I kind of, miss making them. But I've had a little trouble recently. I mean, I've had all kinds of troubles. Y'all know most of them with my health and all. I won't get into that. I mean, because every time I go to the doctor, they find something new. So I ain't even gonna worry about that right now. But we ended up moving, and I wanted a new phone. So we went through this ordeal of getting new phones. And man, we had a hell of a time. We come over here to West Virginia so we could get the phones and the internet access all through the same provider as Xfinity. But we ordered the phones. We couldn't get the internet because the people were still in the apartment that we were moving into. They haven't moved out yet. So we couldn't get the service for the internet hooked up until the apartment was vacant. But they said we could get the phone. But I was wondering because it's all going to be the same service going through the house, the apartment. Well, the guy gave us, everything, got a good deal, everything, traded in our other phones. We got an Android now. We had iPhones. It was $900 each which they don't really do that. It's all gimmick. But anyway. Last thing I asked him before we walked out the door that Saturday, I said, so our new phones will be coming to the place where we live now because we won't be in this apartment for 2 more weeks. And he said, yeah, they're going to come to where you are, the townhouse. They didn't. And we figured that out, but when we got home, we got an email and it said they were shipping here. Well, Xfinity has no phone line going into their stores. Yeah. So the only way you can get a hold of anybody is an 800 number. We jumped through hoops. Finally, they shipped the phones here. Nobody here to sign for them. They sent them back to the office. So the next we had to come back down to West Virginia the following weekend to try to get them again. Well, the two phones that we had ordered, now they're unavailable. Like, well, where are the two you sent here? They don't know. So we had to come back the third week in a row to get new phones. Well, I thought I heard a duck out here. There's a freaking chair. Anyway, my phone was the, I guess like the master phone on the account. And somehow it had that app on there that is Find Me, where you text it or whatever, and the phone it'll you can find your phone from using another device or whatever, if you have it turned off or turned down the volume on whatever. Anyway, I never set that up. Well, we got those phones. We've had those phones for a couple years. I had to go into my Yahoo because I had to go in, access Yahoo to turn off that app. I couldn't sign in to Yahoo because I couldn't remember my password. So they're in the at the phone store. I ended up calling Yahoo, and I told them, I was like, all I want to do is change my password. I had to go through like 4 different channels to prove that it was me. And on top of all that, 30 minutes on the phone just to change my password. I had to sign up for the security thing that's $13.77 per month just to change my password. Because at that time they wouldn't send, I couldn't get into my email, so they couldn't send me a code to reset my password. And when I tried to send it to my phone number of the other phone, they said they couldn't access that phone. So finally I got my email changed, my password changed, all that good stuff. Came home and downloaded a bunch of apps and stuff that I had. They were able to transfer my contacts and my pictures. So I come home and got my apps reloaded on my new phone. Well, when I went on to download YouTube, I can't get into my YouTube account because I don't know the password for that. I got YouTube. In order to comment on videos when I first started in like 2020, you had to have a channel. You had to go through Google and YouTube and make up. I had a Gmail, but now I don't. I couldn't even get a Gmail. It shows a Gmail on my email, but there's no name or anything. So I can't even send myself a Gmail to try to get a email to change my password. Oh man, it's been... So I was like, on my other phone, all I do is hit YouTube and it comes up and that's my channel. So I downloaded or opened a new account on YouTube, but I've got like 3 more accounts. But I was thinking, well, maybe with my iPad and my other iPhone, that I haven't used since I got the iPhone I just traded in. They had YouTube on it. Maybe I can go on there and do a video and see how that works. So here I am on my iPad. And I know usually on my phone I always turn the screen this way. Well, this, with the case I got to do it straight up so it'll sit up like this to get me. I was looking, I might have to order a tripod for my iPhone for this. But my other one, the iPhone, does work. It just don't stay charged but a day and then it's done. Whew. Let me get a sip of this coffee. It's toffee, English toffee, but I put my wife's flavor in it by mistake when I was making hers and mine, and it's hazelnut with toffee. Not bad, but it's different. Now that had more toffee. The first couple of swigs had more hazelnut. So I guess it'll be like a swirl. Anyway, I might be back, guys. I might be back. I'm trying to get more videos done. I miss you guys. I miss the comments. I miss interacting. I was able to see some of you guys at the pipe show last month. And that's another thing I want to touch on right quick. The pipe show, they had it at a different venue, a different hotel. And it had its pros and cons. The hotel was nice. I liked the hotel better than the hotel that we stayed at before. That's a pro. A con is there's no breakfast, not even continental. And to go in their restaurant and eat bacon and eggs, it's expensive. But it's convenient not having to go down the street or whatever. And you're able to get bacon and eggs and toast and hash browns. It was like $20 a person for 2 eggs, bacon, hash browns, and toast. It was like $40. But the breakfast was good. It just wasn't included. The room, the hotel, the price is what the other hotel was before the discount. So it really wasn't a discount on your room. But the rooms were nice. I liked the way the other hotel was set up. The room was set up. But I liked this hotel better. It was just like more up to date, more clean, more everything. Now the bed, it was like sleeping on a cardboard box spring. Every time you moved, it made a noise like you're walking on a hardwood floor that ain't been screwed down. Or like at your grandma's house when you go upstairs. And that's where my bed was. And my pillow, it was like a duffel bag filled with hard copy books, with hardback books like school books. My pillow was like a freaking duffel bag filled with books. I didn't sleep very good at all. The pipe show itself seemed like it was different, and that could have been at either place. Just the vendors were different. There was not as many tobacco vendors as some of the other ones. I mean, it was a good turnout, and I had fun. I was able to, I liked the smoking area better at this one because it was lined up in the parking lot with like 4, 5, 6 tents, and 6 tents had like 4 or 5 tables, and the tables held like 8 or 10 people. I mean, you was in the shade when you followed it, and it stayed up pretty much. I mean, it was a good time. Got to see, people Oh, the old groundhog. We got a groundhog out here in the field. He just took off. Something must be over there by the trees or whatever. I'll give y'all a tour around when I get everything set up. I just wanted to check in, and I got a little pipe going. This is I forget what they called this. Oh, but it was a tobacco pipes exclusive, and I bought it last year, and this is the first smoke out of it. I paid like 30 some dollars for this at Tobacco Pipes. Or actually, it was only available at Missouri Meerschaum, and it had the tobacco pipe sticker on it, and I paid like $35 or $37 for it. I wanted it because it was two-tone. You know I'm not a cob smoker, but I wanted it because it was a two-tone. After I got it and everything, they came available at Tobacco Pipes for like 25 bucks. So we went and got our car registered. Well, my car, we got rid of hers, so we only got one vehicle right now, my Jeep. We got rid of hers. We're gonna get another one. She's taking the Jeep, and I'm gonna get a little truck. What I'm shooting for. So we went and got our license today. We've been here for a month now. We got the car inspected on Monday. You gotta do that every 2 years in West Virginia. Maryland didn't have inspection one time. That was when you registered your car, and if you got a ticket for a broken windshield or a headlight out, they would give you an inspection ticket where you had to get it fixed and then inspected. So we got the inspection done Monday. And then today we went and got our West Virginia license and our got the car registered in West Virginia. I haven't been carrying any weapons because I haven't had a permanent residence on an ID in my pocket that I could show. I have a Maryland wear and carry, concealed carry permit. It expires next month. I haven't lived at Hickory Lane since we took ownership of this August 15th. In West Virginia, you don't need a permit. You can conceal carry and open carry. It's constitutional carry. You can carry either way, but without having an ID to prove you live here, you don't really want to do that. So I haven't had anything strapped on for over a month now. But you can bet since I got my license today, if I go anywhere tomorrow, there'll be something strapped on me. You know, the first couple of days before I gave up the other apartment, I was good. But once we gave up the townhouse, once we gave that up, I didn't have nowhere to prove where I lived. And so now that means with my Pennsylvania license, that's no good because that was an out-of-state license. So now I got to go get another out-of-state license, but it's going to be from a different state. And I noticed you don't have to have a carry permit here in West Virginia, but in order for other states to reciprocate with you, you have to get a concealed carry permit in West Virginia. And somebody said it was like Somebody said it was $15, and another person said it was like 25. So it's not much, but you got to go to the state police to get that. And they said that firing the weapon will be involved. So you got to, but you can just carry it all day long with nothing. But if you get a permit, you got to go through a little, I guess, training or whatever. But anyway, there's a little bit I'm trying to catch you up on. I'm sure I'll get more stuff involved here sooner and get a different angle up out here. I haven't put anything out here, no decorations or anything. I looked around and nobody else has it, so I don't know I think they frown on stuff, but I am gonna put a sign up here. I don't know if this will be Roop's Coop or what this will be yet, but the last two places I was at was Roop's Coop. So I'm kind of thinking of a new name for it, being new state, new everything. So there we are, guys. Like I say, I hope this caught you up a little bit, and I want to thank everybody again for hanging around, having faith that I was coming back. 'Cause I'm coming back. And I was able to meet some new people at the pipe show. Man, I enjoyed meeting you guys. Heck, people come up and introduced themselves to me and said, "Hey, Uncle Willie." One guy, his name John, another guy named Mike. And both of those were more or less, they're lurkers. They say they don't comment, but they watch. So that's always good. So I mean, you got people watching even though they don't comment. So it's good to put content out there for those guys as well. I want to thank all you guys for hanging around. Thank all my new subscribers and old ones, of course. I haven't been practicing what I preach, but remember, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So with that being said, until next time, you know what to do. Stuff 'em and puff 'em.